Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to make, now I just lost the ring, that figures, hold on. Okay, this ring, it's a 3-moon ring. On a whim, I was asked to, if I could do a 3-moon ring, and I've never done one before, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And this is a moonstone. And that's what I used for this one. This here, 3 different ways actually, or 2 different ways you could see this as 3 moons. This part that I hammered out, and this part, crescent and waning moon, plus your full moon, or just the inside, the blank, the void part also looks like a moon, doesn't it? Also looks kind of like a heart, but I was asked for a tutorial, so this is going to be a quick one. Like I said, it was on a whim. I used reclaimed wire for this, and it's hard to hammer because it's been worked. So you might find a little bit more ease with bought wire. This was reclaimed wire from an old house. I'm not supposed to do that, but I did. And it's clean, and it's great. It's got awesome energy, not to mention. This here is 6 inches, about 6 inches. I want a 2.5, a size, about a size 7. It's about 2.5 inches, 2.25 inches, I believe, as far as the American Standard measurements. But about 16 centimeters, I believe. And tonight, for the tutorial, I was thinking about using a clear crystal. It was actually sold to me as a smoky quartz, but no, I don't think so. I'm going to use a Ches glow-in-the-dark infused clear glass bead. And these are a cool bead. They're whoopsie. They're a teal blue when they glow. I really liked them a lot. They weren't cheap either. Now how I do this, I cut this. You're going to need, first the tools you're going to need, a file. These are all my copper tools. As you can see, they're loaded with copper. A file for the ends. Of course, a mandrel. If you want to use a ruler to measure everything out, go right ahead. And these are a size, I believe they're a size 8 bead that I'm using. You can use 6, you can use 8, you can use whatever size you want, but you want to make sure it kind of looks like a moon. This is a moonstone. It's a really nice one too. I like the natural defects to it. Makes it look more like a moon. I'm going to put this one aside. And one of the first things that I'll do, of course, is cut my wire, clean it. Being that this is recycled, I scrubbed it down first. I used some hot soapy water and I scrubbed it down, and scrubbed it down some more, and then just used a cloth, wipe it down. You'll need flat nose. You'll need needle nose, round. Possibly. I don't remember. Like I said, it was on a whim. I use a bailing. You make bails with this, or jump rings. This is a really cheap one. I believe it's made by Beadalon. It's not the best. It's kind of flat on the inside, so you don't get a perfectly round. You can see it's spaced, and it's not perfectly round. But I use this to form the moon. I use these for a lot of round things. Well, I'll be using these. The mandrel. You're going to need a hammer. You're going to need a hammer with a block. If you have an anvil, that's great. If not, I have this a 2-ton block that I pick up and put on my lap and hammer away with. But I'll hammer right here in front of you so you can see it. This might take a few minutes. It's not a very long. It doesn't take long to make. I think this took me all of maybe 15-20 minutes, not knowing what I was doing. The first thing I want to do, I want to find the center, about 6 inches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Around here, around 9 inches, about the center. I'm 3 inches in. I'm going to put it in the center. Oh, this is some tough wire. Hopefully yours is a little softer. Go around my bead to shape it. And then the wire, oh yeah, your wrapping wire. I'm using a 28 gauge. You can use a 26 gauge if you'd like to. I just, personally, I like the 28 gauge because it's a smaller wire on your finger, and it'll help keep me more to the size of the ring that I wanted. And I messed up a little bit. I'm not even here. But no big deal. The first thing I do, this is your center moon, so the first thing I do is try to anchor my wire on here. I want to go up because the other one's going to come down, so I'm going to wrap it around a few times. This is very similar start to how I make my Love You to the Moonstone ring. If you haven't downloaded that tutorial, you can find it at either my website or even Etsy. I think I have it uploaded to Etsy as well. Etsy. It's just a couple dollars. It's my signature ring. You're gonna only want to maybe 2 feet of your wrapping wire. You're not gonna need a whole bunch of it. Like a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch going. String your bead. Down there kind of nice. Tight. Making sure it's tight. I'm holding that wire down to make sure it didn't slip and it stays tight. Usually I'll count how many wraps I put on one side. I forgot to do that. So I'm going to just try and eyeball it, make sure it's even. But good tight wraps. Make sure they're nice and compressed together. About even. Look even. Close. Very close. I'm going to bring you over here more. My lamp is over here. Okay, now with this, make sure your wires are out of the way. I'm gonna bring these two around the bead as close as possible. Nice and tight. Excuse my hands, I'm doing some digging in the dirt. Of course, when you come across stones, you gotta dig them out, so you're getting even dirtier. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze these together. Make sure your bead's up top. And then squeeze them together. Flip it over so that each side, it gets the same tension on each side. Your thumb's going to be a little stronger, and this finger, the shapes are different. And my wire is a little hard. Okay, it's kind of around it. And I'm going to bring these so that they come straight down, and then I can weave them. Weave them together. Yeah. any type of weave that you want. This is a crisscross in Infinity Crazy 8. It's identified by so many different names. It's my go-to weave. I like it a lot. But you can do a 2-2. You can do the ladder. Kind of looks like frets on a guitar or a ladder. That's a neat, really neat weave. I like that weave a lot because you can go in. Both sides look identical, like the Infinity weave. Both sides, you can see a little mistake here. Look at that. I didn't go under. But it looks good, both sides. The back and the front. So let's get this puppy out of the way and straighten these guys out. Oh, this wire is tough. Let me get my bead unravel. Boot. Might have to redo that. Kind of fidget with it a bit, squeeze it together. If it overlaps, just correct it. Nobody is perfect at doing this, so relax. Just get it done, right? I'm gonna even these out right now. They need to be even. My cutters are so old. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this. Give it a little room for my wire. Keep playing with me. If you need to straighten your wires out, use your nylons so you don't leave marks and whatnot. If you have nylon wire, pliers, they're great to have for situations like that. I believe the wire this base wire that I am using is a 14 gauge, and by the feels it's a half hard. If you use a 14 gauge, try to use a dead soft. As you're working it and weaving it, it'll strengthen up, and being that it's a thick wire, it'll still be good for a ring. This is just a bit too much, too hard for like a half hard to make this ring with a size gauge and having to get it small and neat looking for you. I'll show you the ladder weave with this one. Alright, the ladder weave. This is really turning out bad. Okay, the ladder weave. I don't think this one will be going into inventory. Over one, over the next, go through the middle, and then around both. Come back through the middle, over the top, down to the bottom, over the bottom, through the middle, and then around both. It forms like a little ladder. Boy, is this really getting in the way. My nylons are a mess. They're old. I need new tips. I have them on order. Okay, I'm sure you don't want to watch me weave this whole thing. I'm going to pause it until I get to the right length. I'll do one more and get a little closer so you can see what I'm doing there. Going over the top, all the way to the back, to the bottom, through the middle. Nice and tight. And then around both. Back through the middle, over the top, down across the back, all the way down to the bottom, over the bottom, through the middle, around them all. And that's your ladder weave. Pretty neat. Okay, I'm going to pause this. Okay, we're back. I finished the ladder weave, and as you can see, it's the same on both sides. I also reattached the bead here. This is not the best work. Okay, our next move is we're going to bend these out using my flat nose. I'm going to just bend them out like so. Now I'm gonna file this because they're really scratchy and pointy. And I chipped a nail. Pardon me, I just chipped a nail too doing this. So when you file, you go in one direction. You don't go back and forth. You go in one direction. If you go back and forth, you're just going to create more and more burrs as you go along, and you'll never finish. And these are also, I use only on my copper. My silver ones have nice silver deposits on it, and these are my copper. I don't share them. I don't want copper streaks on my silver, and I don't want silver streaks on my copper. Although it's cool. Sometimes the look is pretty neat. It's not something I enjoy. I don't think customers like it. Not putting a lot of pressure. I'm letting the file do all the work. You want the burrs going. I want it flat, so when I hammer it, it looks good. Good enough for now. Now I'm not going to hammer them yet. I want to shape them before I do. And to do that, I'm going to use these. But first I'm going to make a small curve to get it started on the top. And to keep everything uniformed, I'm just going to use my bail makers. Very slight, not much. And then the fatter part, see how just going to put it in there on the curve. I'm going to bring it around. And on the other side. Pretty good, pretty even. Now I'm going to put it on the mandrel, or actually now I'm going to hammer them. I forgot. I want to do that before I shape it. That way I don't end up smashing the stone. That will happen. Hammer. This is my favorite stuff. I love hammering. I'm just going to fatten that up and maybe flatten these out, but just give it a nice shape to the curve. Again, no force with the hammer, kind of just let it drop on it. Let the tools do the work for you. I'm going up and down. If I had an anvil, it would be a little bit easier for me. And a proper camera setup, I could do this a little easier as well. I'm going to flip it over and get the other side. I'm going to take it so that my bead's right off of this, because otherwise you're going to end up with a kink over here. Kind of cool looking. Let's get it on the mandrel. I'm going to cut the weaving wire. We don't need it anymore. Going to bring it up about halfway over to the top. Halfway. It's going to end up stretching or shrinking. It's going to move. So this way you're in a decent position. Squish it. Give it a little squish. I'm going to shoot for a 7. I'm going to shoot for the 7, but I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. I got to bring you back a little bit. Whee! Oops, not going to work. Okay. Try again. I'm going to hold that bead on the I have the bead saver, bead protector, bead groove. It's helpful. The wire is so hard to go around. Flip it around because it tapers. I want it to be as even as possible. Okay, might have to go smaller. Straighten that. How many times have I gone off camera here? Don't answer that. Ugh. Boy, this is not gonna be a 7. Another really neat thing about this design, it's kind of adjustable. Kind of. Where did I put them? I'm gonna use these to get that part down. Whoopsie. Yep, there goes the bead, right? Booger. I'm gonna lose these tips. Bring it out a little bit more. Whoops. God, this is just a tutorial, huh? Get them down. I just flipped the ring around again. Took it off the mandrel. Turned it around, put it back on. Get the other side. I don't want to do that. Now this did not work out the way I wanted. This wire is too tinseled. It's stretched. But for the sake of the tutorial, I'm gonna have to redo this. Straighten it out as you need. too bad, except for this wire. I'm going to redo the bead. It's going to take a bit. I'll have to kind of sew it, but it came out pretty good. And I'm at a 6.5 here. I'm just going to flatten the bead down a little bit more into the mandrel so it's level. I'll do that with like this. I'm not going to hesitate to do that because the bead's pretty messed up. That's going to fit nice. A lot of on and off. I bring this up over a little bit so it's not going to get caught on things, but it'll still probably get caught on things. So maybe we should twist it in a bit under, maybe. I don't know, maybe experiment a little bit, make it your own. Just have fun. That's what it's about, really. If you do it for a career, oh, bless you. I wish you all the luck. And I do this to keep my mind going, keep my hands going, and because I love to complete things. And when I give them to people, I love the looks on their faces. But it's not a career, it's not a job. I make a little income from creating stuff. That's wonderful too. A lot of times I'll make it for donations and charity events, and yep. So whatever your reasons are, I wish you the best. I hope this here was fun. I will redo it, and if you subscribe, you'll find out when I've uploaded a better version of this. I'll find some more. I think I'm out of this. You can use 18 gauge, you can use any gauge wire. Pardon me, I'm imagining. Again, this was just, somebody challenged me, can I make a 3-moon ring? And I said, sure. And an hour later, I said, here you go. And it's not something that they wanted. It was just a challenge. And everybody seemed to like it, asked for a tutorial. And this is, to my memory, the best I can remember. Thanks for watching. My name is Arlene Schiffer. For those of you from Second Life, I'm Miss May Werribee. Have a great winter that's coming up. Even better, have a great Halloween. That's my favorite. I have a 3D skeleton pendant decoration tutorial in PDF format. That'll be coming out within the next week. So keep an eye out for that too. I'm on Facebook. You can look me up under Miss May Werribee or Arlene Schiffer. It'll show you either. Again, thanks. Have a great one.